Hi guys, happy Monday. Moon Day. Sorry, I said it wrong. Moon Day. I'm literally starting to say Moon Day, and then Tuesday, and then Witchy Wednesday. Yeah, so I don't know. Whatever. So yeah, I'm taking a little break from live right now because I'm just kind of, I don't know, I don't feel that great. Again, so I don't know what's going on. But yeah, again, mysticamber.com. Enter my code, RYANE, all caps. 10% off store-wide. So who does not like a discount? I do, that's for sure. Alright, back to the Sabbatic Craft, and it keeps getting better and better and better. So yesterday it was more about, we were going into Cecil Williamson, and we were kind of going into the witch's flying ointment and where to apply it to, get the benefits of the herbs and, stuff that we do not do because it is poisonous. It can harm you. So today, alright, now we have that legendary creature that we see before a natural disaster or something like that. That has to do with, we can link it with the Mothman of, current. Or, it pretty, well, I don't know, Mothman's pretty current, right? Yeah, it is. So, alright, here we go. Now, this, let me see. Herne, that's what we were talking about. This is amazing. So, alright, now he was seen in 1939, just before the outbreak of war, and in 1952, shortly before the death of King George VI. Now, in 1962, a group of teenagers allegedly saw him after finding an old hunting horn lying on the ground. They blew it, and Herne and his pack of demon hounds came riding out of the trees, whereupon they fled in terror. So that is really amazing. I don't want anybody to run in terror from anything about traditional witchcraft or Sabbatic witchcraft or historical witchcraft or lineages of witchcraft. But that's kind of funny. It could have been a warning like, hey guys, you don't want to mess with this, so you might want to just, go along, hop along now. But yeah, that was pretty interesting. So, another wild hunter whose appearances were regarded as an omen of disaster was Wild Edric. Now, I do remember hearing this when I was a kid, and I know this is from England, but it was here too. So, in school actually, in Shropshire, who we have mentioned before in association with Robert Cochrane and his coven in the Regency. These myths, well, I don't really want to call these myths because they're true to me and the people that practice what I practice. So, I just love this stuff though. Alright, now, where'd I go? Okay, so Edric was an Anglo-Saxon lord who owned extensive estates on the Welsh border in the 11th century, and he rebelled against the Norman invaders. So, while out hunting one day in the forest of Clun, he met, Lady Gaga. I was gonna say Lady Gaga, Lady Goda, the Queen of Elfhame, and kidnapped her. She eventually agreed to marry him, providing he treated her well and did not mention her fairy origins. Alright, so going into the archetype of personas and what we project on people to see, where do you think Lady Gaga got her glamorous side, her side for fashion, high fashion? Yep. So, that could be her myth, her personal myth story. We don't know. Only she knows that. But that's, the pretty good indication of a lot of different personal myths that we could find throughout pop culture. Now, they lived happily for many years until Edric broke the taboo. Goda left him, and she's supposed to be the witch goddess too. Another name for the witch goddess. She left him and returned to her own folk, and the Lord died of a broken heart. Don't betray your lover. Alright, after his death, the noble and his fairy bride rode across the Shropshire hills as leaders of the wild hunt. Now we go to the 1850s, shortly before the outbreak of the Crimea War. A man and his daughter saw them out hunting. The father had also seen them previously, just before the Napoleonic Wars. Yeah, I cannot pronounce these words. Sorry, guys. If the mythos of the witch's Sabbath and the wild hunt are the key motives that make the Sabbatic craft different from other forms and traditions of witchcraft, then Andrew Chumbley's approach to magic and what he called crooked path sorcery was also unique, though firmly rooted in established historical praxis, which makes it work. So as long as it's rooted in historical praxis. But I mean, more of it goes into that than just, some lore and, a little bit of magic and, boof. There you go, we're practicing traditional witchcraft. No, you're not. Anyways, many definitions of magic have been put forward in the past by famous occultists, and Chumbley's was that. This is what I like about Chumbley. Alright, magic is the transmutability of the quintessence of all nature, and it is the all-potential power of change, denoting the root nature of all that has existence. So, the inherent spark, energy, chi, life force, organ, whatever you want to call it, in everybody and everything, or the serpentine energy, which it is March 1st, so the serpentine energy is awakening even more now. Now, he distinguished the practice of magic from that of sorcery in terms of the means of manipulating power through knowledge. In other words, sorcery is the knowledge of the universal points of transmutation. As such, its art is to cultivate the ability to manipulate the focus of power in accordance with will, desire, and belief. Now, however, in common with some of the ritual magicians and cunning folk of the past, Chumbley saw no division between so-called low magic and high magic. Thank you, wherever you are. I don't know where you're at, Chumbley, but I love that you put that out there, because I do not believe that there is any kind of low magic or high magic. I mean, different degrees of magical workings to the point of exhaustion, sure, but no. Fundamentally, the practice of magic or sorcery is the power and means to bless, curse, heal, hurt, blind, or liberate. That's what magic is. I love it. Oh my god, it just makes me so, I don't know, I just get so happy. Now, in its practice, the Sabbatic craft unites both mystical and pragmatic dimensions to form transcendental sorcery. So, it's transcending through everything, and I love it. Now, whether the magus is practicing high magic or low-grade magic, or sorcery, its practice brings one to meet death before dying, connects to the spirit to the location, and bestows wisdom. Ultimately, of course, the practice of any genuine magical system, however it is defined, should lead to the realization of truth and the gaining of gnosis or divine knowledge. So, throughout all of my practice, all of my years of practice, basically that is what has happened, is I have come into my truth. I see through things. I see through people easily, a lot more easy when I was younger, with rosy colored glasses on. I don't have those on anymore, sadly. And it's a really sad thing when you take those rosy glasses off. You cry. I cried. It was like a midlife crisis. Some people, like, when they come to the terms with it, they don't believe in God, or that there's, no God, they cry, they freak out. I mean, it's kind of like, yeah, it's a shock to your central nervous system, like, oh my god, we're here, why? Because nothing. I don't believe that, but, I mean, a very good friend of mine, an ex-boyfriend, told me one day, when we were at his house, the day he realized that there was no God to him, he cried. It was a really sad day. It was very depressing, and I can totally understand why. And I still love him to death with all my heart. Just not, not that way. But yeah, we're still really good friends. So, but yeah, that knowledge and that gnosis, you will get it through all of the very magical practices, and it's incredible. I can't stress that enough. Now, on a practical level, the ritual tools. So we're going to get into the ritual tools of the Sabbatic craft. Used in the rituals and magical practice of the Sabbatic craft, as described by Andrew Chumbley in his grimoire, Azothia, follow the pattern or other old witch traditions. So that is what makes this, something worth practicing. It's truly amazing. He's brilliant. So they are broadly based on traditional historical precedents, whatever. Yet they also have an individual symbolism and use within the tradition. So, the primary instrument of art is the forked stave, or stang. Now in the circle it is a symbol of the Grand Master of the Sabbath, the black he-goat, between whose horns brightly burns the flame of illumination, wisdom, and enlightenment. So, what do we think of? Baphomet, the horn god, who is now the young king, and he is about to emerge in the spring, I don't know, summer solstice, something like that. Now, the horn god is the sacrificial ram, or robacus, I like that, robacus, in the thicket, and the white heart of a stag of 7 tines, the messenger between the worlds of humans and spirits. The stang is always traditionally carried by the witch master, the man in black, the magister, or devil of the coven, different names, or different, spellings. Now, if for any reason he is unable to attend the meet, then the horn stang is the visible symbol of his authority and the power vested in his deputy, whether they are a man or a woman. So I really like that, and that's why I'm really working on my stang right now. I have so many ideas for that thing, and I just cannot get it right at all. Not yet, anyway. Evidently, it's not time. Alright, so traditionally the stang is made from different woods depending on its nature and purpose. So in practice it is usually of oak, yew, or blackthorn. As in older craft traditions, it is if so required, it can be wreathed or garlanded with the relevant flowers and leaves of the season. And then it can be masked with the skull of the appropriate totemic animal, or a human skull representing the god or the patron or ancestral spirit of the tradition or coven. Now, placed in the north of the circle, it can have a candle or a lantern resting between its horns to represent the light of the world and the flame of illumination. I love that. It's poetry. It's like literal poetry right there. I love it so. The stang is traditionally shod with iron to fix it in the ground. So on a practical level, this also stops the end of it rotting through contact with the wet ground. So yeah, you have your basic, right there, mundane thing right there, so it's not going to rot. And so yeah, you drive an iron nail in it, and that's also to keep the magic in. So as well as the riding pole or stang, a horse-headed rod is sometimes used. So this fetish object is concerned with the mysteries of Cain. Now, Cain is the ancestral patron spirit of the Sabbatic craft in his role as the first horseman, blacksmith, magician, and master of crafts. It represents human beings as the steed of the gods, for the god descendeth upon the flesh of man, to mount it as a horse to go forth among the living and the dead. So this rod is the symbol of the magical steed that carries the night-flying witch to the Sabbath of dreaming, and it is similar to the use of the besom. So it just gets even more interesting. I love it. My hair is crazy today. Wow. It is really crazy. I thought it was really short, but it's just because I have not done my new growth yet, and I just don't feel like it. I've been too depressed. In the old days, the end of the broomstick that was concealed in the brush would have been carved into the shape of a horse's head or a phallus. So, the rod can be used as a drumstick to beat at the rhythm of the Sabbath dance, or if the head is an actual horse's skull, you can use it as a blasting rod. Now, in Norse magic, a horse's skull was mounted on the top of a staff and was known as a knighting or a knithing pole, and kind of like a needle. Witch's needle, we covered that a long time ago. So, it was used in a cursing ritual that involved the staff being placed in the ground and the skull pointed towards where the victim lived. Anyways, alternatively, the horse-headed rod can be transformed into a scourge by adding thongs woven from horsehair. And I actually have something like that, and I'll show you guys here in just a minute. Now, in solitary rituals and workings of the art, the individual witch or sorcerer may use a scepter or wand, sometimes known by its archaic name as a conjuring stick. So, alright, we're going to leave off there. I really like this. So, Alright. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. It is... Alright. I have to find my place. Okay, we got that down. So isn't that interesting though? I mean, that's really interesting, and I love the, you know, the mythology behind it, and, you know, how it represents the witch father, it represents the axis mundi, it represents, you know, as above, so below, and then the, you know, the witch's, what is the witch's foot, which we have a, you know, basically right here, right now, what I'm doing. This is the witch's foot. We have the, as above, so below, and then we have the four corners, or all around the world. So, but pretty much what they're talking about with the horsehair on the end is a ritual implement that you can use. And this one was given to me by Blue Witch. I love her very much. I love you so much for this, and it's beautiful. So one side is used for blessings, so blessing, or, you know, kind of you know, you can sage with it, and you should do that. And this is an actual bone, so this is actual bone from, I don't remember what. It's a femur, so it's a leg bone from something that was killed by another larger animal. And so she collected it ethically for me, which I love it. Now on the end, we have the horse hairs. So that comes in, yeah, pretty much to banish or blast. So you can do either end of the stick, so... It's very, very interesting. It's very, very coarse. But yeah, real horsehair. I love it. It's beautiful. So yeah, that's mine. Oh, this would be my, pretty much my wand. So I totally understand why now I have this. Why I have this now. Sorry. That was totally off topic. Or that was totally not even cool of me to say. Alright, we're gonna do coffee talk, guys. Yeah. So yeah, everybody's candle magic has pretty much come to an end for right now, until we see some results, until we see, you know, communication, until, you know, what goes on, until I know what's going on, then we will, you know, progress even further, and we'll, I will, you know, email you guys, and Lupe, me and you have been in constant communication, which I love. Gustavo, we are always in constant communication, which I really love, so... It makes me very happy that, you know, we can, you know, do all this together, and, you know, we're actually seeing some results. So it's pretty interesting. I think, Lupe, I think we might have to do a little bit of separation magic. But I don't think that's coming for a bit. We have to let this one go and see what's going to happen, so... Ooh, that hurt. That hurt bad. Well, not too bad. Alright, let's see. So I totally discovered how TikTok works. And don't ever use the old face filter, the age one, where it like makes you age. It scared me. It scared me. I was like, that's me. That's me. I mean, that's gonna be me when I get older. But Botox, I believe in Botox. So, Tina J, thank you for continuing this. I love your responses as you read. Quite entertaining in a good way. Aw, thank you. I have a lot to say. I have a lot to comment on. Just like the Lenormand Tarot card, the book. There are so many errors and misspellings, and I'm a grammar Nazi. I hate that. So I went through the whole book as I was reading it, and I corrected everything in it. I don't have the heart to tell the person that wrote it, yeah, your grammar sucks, but it's okay. Cole McLaren, how goes it? Watch out, you get folks saying you're as bad as beep beep because love magic goes against free will. Honestly, I hate the new age. The work looks great. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, but they can do whatever they want. I don't care. It's only, yeah, I don't care what they say. Alright. Gustavo, hi my brother. Hello, hello, hi, 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 hi. Alright, Witchy Boy, hi you, how are you? How are you? Carla Siula? Oh, I hope... Carl, sorry. I hope I said that right. Your last name. If not, I butchered it and you can slap me, I don't care. Okay, Witchy Boy, I'm not familiar with this anti-witchcraft thing. I don't watch the news, just so I won't be triggered by all of the nonsense. No, I totally agree. It triggers you to a point of, if you have PTSD, anxiety, depression, it can trigger a lot of stuff. And that trauma box that we keep in the back of our brains, poof, opens right up. It was just a woman. There's a woman, I don't know, in the Senate, I guess, that, has a anti-transgender on her wall facing the man that has a transgender person, child, and she is trying to pass a bill, and I think the courts are just humoring her. I'd laugh at her. I'd laugh in her face. She's trying to pass the Witchcraft Act again that was abolished. So that's the only thing that's going on. It'll never happen. Okay, but putting that aside, yes, let's. I find the talk about the herbs and the hedge witch to be really pulling me in. It does. It really does. Literally, the hedge will pull you in between. The Wolfman really pulled me back to Hecate. She is, I don't know what she's doing, but she's been amazing lately. It's just incredible. There's so much warmth and love and just so much, motherly. It's like, it's incredible. You know. So, but also reconnecting me with my, I don't know how to say that, Iroquois ancestry. Sorry, I do. It was an absolutely amazing night full of healing, protection, magic. Good. I love it. After a super rough 2020, I'm so happy that I was finally able to reconnect with them. Love you, Ryan. Stay safe out there. I love you too with all of my heart. Always. Totally. No, I totally agree. I love it. Carl, I've been feeling a strong pull back to Hecate as well. I don't know what it is. What do you guys think it is? We're all experiencing some kind of, wanting to be pulled back, or we feel this magnetism pulling us back to Hecate. I think I took her for granted when I first started witchcraft, when I first started to read about Wicca when I was like 7, whatever. And then that phase went away very quickly, and then I kind of put away that. I kind of put Hecate away, and I'm sorry. Very sorry. Because she's amazing. But what do you guys think? Why are we being pulled to the more nurturing, motherly energies? She is, she's amazing. She's got 3 forms. She is the hallowed mother maiden in crone, but it's crazy. So what do you guys think? I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. Tina J, hello. Careless, hi. Okay. Kim Lehman, hi my love, I love you. My Gustavo, my brother. Gustavo, don't feel depressed. I know, it's just my brain. It's just, I don't know what goes on. And plus, I will give you guys an update here just in a minute. Michelle Holler, hello everybody. I love you all so freaking much. Alright, so my grandma, she, so you all know that she did kill herself, and it's been about, I'm blurry, why, 12 years ago? 12 years ago that she did. I'm still blurry. And my grandfather, which, I didn't call her grandma, I called her Ganny. I couldn't say Ganny, or grandma, so it came out Ganny. And then the whole family did, the only grandparent I have left is my grandpa. My pampaw is what I call him, and he's got dementia. He's had it for about a long time now. He can't get off the couch. He can't eat. Everything is just declining really badly. And it really hurts my heart because I was raised by them for a very long time for personal reasons, family reasons. So those two, my both grandparents, my Ganny and my Pampaw, they raised me for a long time, and they were the biggest part of my life for my entire life up until I was 22. That's how long she's been gone. So it feels like it was just yesterday. And then it feels like, thousands of years, and it's like God. So yeah, I don't know. With him, not the best person in the world, but still, to me, he treated me is so good, like gold. So, I had 2 dads, I had 2 moms, and they actually literally sometimes fought over me. So he is, declining big time with dementia, and, he can't eat, he can't get off the couch. He's got bed sores now, and I won't go much further into detail, but hospice came in now, and they're starting to take over, and they, gave a guesstimate of either, at first it was 2 weeks, and then it was a few months, a few weeks, which is 2, a few months. So that's the time that they've given him. And I'm like, how can, these people come in and just look at him and be like, okay, well, you've got like you've got 2 weeks. Really? No. So music really helps dementia patients, I hear. I don't know. I'm scared to go see him because I'm scared he's going to forget me. I'm scared he won't know who I am. And that's the most terrible, that is my biggest fear right there, is him forgetting who I am, because he was such a big part of my life. But yeah, so that's what's going on. So if I kind of go away for a little bit, I'll keep you guys updated though. If this happens, when it does, I'm not saying it's going to happen soon. I hope so I'll just let you guys know. But yeah, that's what's kind of going on now, and it's not cool for me. It's weird. I don't deal with death well at all. So it's just like, stop. Just everybody stop dying on me, please. This is my last grandparent, and it's like, I don't know what to do. I can't heal him. I can't help him. So I don't know, guys. But enough with the heavy. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, though. Let me know, guys, what you guys think about everything that we just went over, and yeah, all of it. So, but I love you all very much, and I hope you guys have a great Monday. All my love, all the way from Venus, always, all the way back down. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get off here. So I love you all very, very, very much. Thank you guys for your amazing comments, and I will see you guys tomorrow. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I love you.